Welcome back to Endgame Beginning at ww3.com. I've got a few updates here. It's December 12th, 2013. Hope everyone's just having a wonderful day here. Alright, breaking story here. Russia warns of nuclear response to U.S. global strike programs. It seems that Russia has come out and said that they would nuke us even if we use conventional weapons on them in case of some global war. This is a senior government minister warned Wednesday that Russia could retaliate with a nuclear strike if a new U.S. military strategy threatened its security. Deputy Prime Minister Dmitry Rogozin said that Russia was preparing a response to plans by the United States to develop a new fast-strike weapons platform capable of hitting high-priority targets around the globe. He told the State Duma that the development of a global strike program was the most important new strategy being developed by the United States today. He says they may experiment with conventional weapons on strategic delivery platforms, but they must bear in mind that if we are attacked in certain circumstances, we will of course respond with nuclear weapons, Rogozin said. So Russia coming out and saying, hey, you want to mess around, even if you use conventional weapons on us, U.S., we will retaliate with nuclear weapons. Crazy stuff. Alright, other breaking news here. Airstrike kills 15 civilians in Yemen by mistake, officials say. No wonder why people hate us over there. It says 15 people on their way to a wedding in Yemen were killed in an airstrike after their party was mistaken for an Al-Qaeda convoy, local security officials said on Thursday. It says the officials did not identify the plane in the strike in central Al-Baydia province, but tribal and local media sources said that it was a drone. An airstrike missed its target and hit a wedding car convoy. 10 people were killed immediately and another 5 who were injured died after being admitted to the hospital. 5 more people were injured, the officials said. And it's saying the United States has stepped up drone strikes in Yemen as they're campaigning against Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula. And, Obama's trying to come off as a peace president while he's droning people in Pakistan and Yemen and Afghanistan. And this is a prime example of stupidity. How can you mistake a wedding party and try to say they were Al-Qaeda? I mean, this isn't the first time this has happened. And it's just, people wonder why we're so hated over there. This is a prime example. It's absolutely tragic, and the drone strikes just need to stop. I mean, if we're, we say we're so technologically advanced, but yet we can't tell a wedding party from Al-Qaeda? Come on now. Car explodes near Egyptian police base, injuring 35. Medical Corps trains to save lives in future war with Hezbollah, talking about the IDF. Militants kill dozens of civilians near Syria capital, Damascus. Yemen attack fears close UN offices, but embassies open. There was an attack in Yemen the other day, and UN offices have closed, but the U.S. embassies are open, and I think other countries' embassies are still open. Iran, Saudi Arabia, among 30 countries invited to Syria talks. That's Geneva II talks, going to be held, I believe, January 22nd. As I've always been saying, these talks are stupid because the main fighting force on the ground now is Al-Qaeda. Most of the Free Syrian Army that the West trained gave the finger to Obama and joined up with Al-Qaeda. Now, a lot of people say that the FSA was always Al-Qaeda. Yes and no. I mean, most of them were foreign militants from other countries, but some of them did have ties to Al-Qaeda. But on paper, they were FSA. But now they're all pretty much going to join Al-Qaeda. So when they have these talks, you're going to have representatives for the opposition there. But there's no opposition to represent in Syria anymore. They're all Al-Qaeda. Of course, Al-Qaeda's not invited to these Geneva II talks, so they can decide whatever they want. Al-Qaeda's going to keep fighting for Sharia law. They want Assad gone, and they want to instill the strictest form of Sharia law in Syria. Plain and simple. I mean, Sharia law is already written into the Syrian constitution, but there's different forms of it from different countries. Like Saudi has one of the strictest forms, and that's the form that they want to instill in Syria. Saudi controls a lot of these Al-Qaeda groups over there. Let me see here. Snowstorm brings new misery for Syria refugees. Terrible situation there. Big humanitarian disaster happening. I mean, having big storms over there. It's cold and not enough supplies to go around for everybody. New Iran sanctions bill stalls in U.S. Senate. Now, I've heard this story headlined different ways. These sanctions sounds like are going to be held over Iran's head if they don't comply for 6 months, and that the Senate could vote on them as early as next week, but they not be put on Iran unless Iran doesn't comply to the agreement with the P5+1. And some stories say that they won't vote on these sanctions till January. But either way, Iran says that if you even threaten us with sanctions, that we will back out of this deal. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. U.S. switches military aid from rebels in the north to new pro-U.S. security zone against Al-Qaeda. Now, this is from Depkif. I'll take it for what it's worth, but I believe there's a lot of truth in that story. Treasury Department tightens Iran sanctions. Now, the Treasury Department went ahead and put more sanctions on Iran today, trying to black market some of these, blacklist some of these groups that are helping Iran out behind the scenes. Syrian rebel spokesman decries U.S.-British decision to suspend non-lethal aid. That announcement came out yesterday from U.S. and Britain that they were suspending aid in northern Syria because Al-Qaeda had taken over all the warehouses where the U.S. non-lethal aid was. Egypt police fired tear gas on protesters. Syrian rebel leader Idris in Turkey denies fleeing. What do we got here in Asia news? Second fighter jet unit eyed for Naha base in Japan. Russia deploys radar able to track military jets across whole of Eastern Europe. And in military news, U.S. seeks spy edge with stealth drone. But that's pretty much all the major updates today. Please check out my website here, Endgame beginning at ww3.com, Endgame beginning at ww3 on Facebook, Global Divisions on YouTube, Endgame Show ww3 on Twitter. Please thumbs up, thumbs down this video, pass it around, make everybody aware of what's happening in this world. That's all I got. Have a great day, everyone. It's December 12, 2013. This has been Endgame beginning at ww3.com.